What's up, guys? This is Trent from No Nut Clarity. Here to talk to you today about hard-ass topic about relapsing. And unfortunately, it's one of those topics that we all, especially people who run into they run into an addiction in their life, is a problem that anybody with an addiction will know is one of the hardest things to deal with. People who don't know what a relapse is, basically, what a relapse is basically what happens when you give in to those urges to, whether it be a porn addiction where you suddenly jack off or watch porn, or whether it be to help any other addiction, simply going back to that action, whether it's like snorting, playing video games too much, just anything like that. So I'm talking to you about this today because since this channel has been formed initially off of a porn and masturbation addiction and helping people get over it, I have to be honest about what I preach. I recently had a relapse, and no, I'm not fucking proud of it. And it's not something that you should be proud of, but it's something that you shouldn't let end your journey of trying to get over your addiction. So, long story short, I had a relapse. It happened. And it made me feel like absolute shit for a while. Sure, you get that initial dopamine hit when you first do the action that is tied to your addiction. Whether you jerk off, snort, or drink, whatever it is that you have. That initial dopamine hit was awesome, but it quickly fades, and then you come to think about everything that all the problems that the addiction caused. It comes to you like all at once, and then you just feel like nothing. You feel like a piece of shit. I personally felt like, I was like, damn, everything that I was working on suddenly gone, and you start getting honestly depressed. You start getting sad, and you start thinking like, can I really do this? I just fucking failed. But that's the thing, you can't let yourself stay in that mentality, because a lot of it's all up here. It's all mentality. Now, I'm not going to pretend and preach to you like I'm perfect up here, like, yes, I had a relapse. It fucking happens. But instead of wallowing in despair, sure, you're going to feel like a piece of shit for a little bit, but you have to own it. You have to really think about why you had that relapse. And did it make you feel good? Did you feel good afterwards? No? Then don't fucking do it again. And of course, it's not that simple. It's not as simple as like, oh, it's not going to happen to do it again. Like, you really have to ground yourself and realize that, hey, the habits that led me up to this, I have to really avoid and really think about other ways to control those urges. You have to do things that will take you away from that mindset or from that urge. And it's hard. I'm not going to say it's I've never ever said it's been easy. It's fucking hard. Like, you have to literally force and train your brain. It's like going to the gym and training your muscles. Your muscles aren't going to get big right away. Your muscles are still strong. Strong. Your muscles are still weak until you keep training them. Same thing with your mind. And the mind's not something as straightforward as like, I'm going to do 10 bicep curls and my brain's suddenly going to fucking be Jimmy Neutron. No. Like, you really have to be on your shit. And you have to hold yourself accountable to the mistakes you make. When you fuck up, you have to hold yourself accountable. But you also need to be nice to yourself. You can't just be mean and go like, I'm a fucking disgrace, I'm a failure, I'm never going to get over this addiction. I'm just going to just fucking do something stupid. But we know temptation and things that help our urges stay urges are everywhere. Like, we literally can't go a day without seeing them. But we have to acknowledge that they're there, and have to acknowledge that we have to do things to get past it. So I'd recommend, I started in my last video about ADHD, which is going to link somewhere up here, as about like scheduling your life out so that way you have less time for distractions and more time for yourself. Do stuff like that. Do stuff that gets you away from those urges, because they will happen. They will come, and they will hit you hard, especially the longer you're away from it and you haven't hit that like over 2 week or month hump. It's gonna be really hard until you start getting used to that not having that habit happen, not having that urge hit, not giving into it. And the longer you do it, the easier it'll be. Of course, you can still relapse at any point, But until you're over that addiction, you really have to be on your shit and know that you made a mistake, but still be nice enough to yourself to recognize that it's a mistake. Mistakes happen. Don't use that as an excuse to go like, oh, well, I could probably get away with relapsing again. No, that's a fucking cop out. Don't ever do that. But also, use that mistake and be kind to yourself and recognize, okay, I made a mistake. It's a human thing, but I also need to work on it. And as long as you don't give up and you keep working on it, you will get through it. Because I'm going to get through it. And if I'm going to get through it, you're going to get through it. You just have to keep on trying. Okay? Just because you made a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You're still alive. Just like a good friend of mine told me, like, sure, something happened, but nobody died. You're still alive. You're still here. You can still make up for it. It's not like you ran out of days. The time limit's not over. You still have so many years of your life left. So get back to it. Start working on it. Remember the habits that you built that you've been trying to stay on? Keep on those habits. It's going to be difficult to get over the addiction. But when you're thinking about all that shit, it's going to be hard. But when you're in an addiction, whether, again, any type of addiction, you're going to think about the things that will lead you back to that addiction. And you have to get out of that mindset. You have to distract yourself and distract yourself with things that will hopefully start leading you on the path to success. Like, instead of like, you can play a video game, read a book, or like do something else. Or you can even learn a skill. Try cooking. Try looking at things to give you passive income, like making, I don't know, AI YouTube channels or some shit like that. You know, think of things that will help build up your success as a man, woman, as a person in general. Maybe read some self-improvement books. Literally anything else but that. If you notice yourself with those urges, and when I start doing it, and what I want you to do is to really start. Don't pack stuff on the head too hard. But I usually start like this and find something else to do. Literally anything else. That it could be productive or something silly. But literally anything else. But just know that if you relapse, it's a mistake. It happens. You're not a disgrace. And you can still come back. So keep on trying. Don't give in. Don't give up. I'm going to keep trying. You got to keep trying too. We're going to get through this together. No matter what your addiction is, we're going to overcome it. And you can. It's going to be hard some days. It's going to be tough. You're going to want to feel like giving up. Definitely talk to people. Let people know that you're struggling. You have friends that will help you. I'm here to help you. That's why I'm making this video. Because I've been through it. I'm going through it right now. I've wanted to give up. I've wanted to just suddenly just go back to just jerking off every day, like 3-4 times a day, and potentially getting ED. Thankfully it hasn't happened, but it could. So keep on fighting the good fight, okay? And I'm here for you. This is Trenton from No Nut Clarity. Thanks for watching. Peace out.